What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a hoot and holler. We're talking about the longest line of cocaine ever, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Drop a like if you do, and also smack that follow button on my Twitter. Link will be at the top of the description. We're actually going to be doing a tweet where if you drop a like on that tweet, I might follow you back. We're going to be giving out some follows later tonight. Hey, baby. I update whenever I'm going live on YouTube, whenever I'm dropping videos. All that's announced on Twitter. Hey, the best Twitter account in the fucking galaxy, dude. Follow me right now. If we hit 18K tonight, I'll make an OnlyFans maybe, dude. I'll rub my nuts up against my camera or something. I'm just kidding, dude. That's not happening. I mean, maybe the nuts on the cam, but I wouldn't charge for that. But either way, hope you guys enjoy. Let's dive right into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, this happened a very long time ago. In fact, this is coming up on a year ago. Like, this was like 11 months ago. And this was towards the beginning of my coke binge, right? This was in about mid-June of 2019. And at this point, for those of you who might be new around the channel, last summer, I went through a really crazy coke binge where I just basically spent like 3.5 months doing nothing but coke all day, every day. And it was absolutely out of pocket, ridiculous, out of control. And on this particular day, it was another one of those days where the only thing on the schedule, the whole agenda for the day, was just blow. So obviously, I wake up later in the evening. My sleep schedule is so shot at this point. I was waking up at like 4 p.m. every day, right? So I wake up in the evening, and I immediately bust out my phone, and I hit up Kevin. I'm like, Kevin, dude, what are you doing? Let's get geeked. Kevin, of course, is down, because at this point, Kevin kind of went through the binge with me. Like, pretty much whenever I did blow, he would do it with me, whether, he would be re-upping with me, splitting the bag, or maybe he'd be bumming some off me. Nevertheless, we were always geeked. Like, it was a combo. It was a package deal, right? So I hit him up. I'm like, hey, bro, we got a link today, right? Like, I'm trying to get fucked up. And he's like, oh, yeah, dude, come pick me up, right? So I slide over to his house. I immediately just hop in the shower, get my clothes on, cruise on over to his house, right? We're chilling a little bit. We're trying to figure out what to do. And by that, I don't mean like what drug to do. That was already settled. We were getting blow that night. But we needed somewhere to go while we did it, right? Because we didn't just want to sit at his house and, have to go out to his garage to get geeked because his dad was home, right? We didn't want to have to do that. So we're looking for some places to go, and we end up hitting up our boy Nathan. For those guys who don't remember, he was in the Coke Chronicles, and he was a pretty common character in that. He's been in a few other stories. He's another one of those guys who has a garage that everyone kicks it at. I don't know what it is, dude. Garages are always the spot. But either way, we hit up Nathan, and we're like, yo, dude, what are you on tonight? He replies almost right away. He's like, dude, not shit. I got some other homies coming over. We're going to play some cards tonight. You should come through, right? And I'm like, bet. I'm with Kevin. You mind if we slide? He's like, dude, come through right now, bro. So I'm like, bet. I tell Kevin, I'm like, dude, we got to go slide on homie right now. He's like, bet. And luckily, Nathan lives literally like 2 blocks over, like so close, right? So we hop in my car, we go through like 2 stop signs, not even a red light, and we're at Nathan's house, right? We pull up, and there's already some other heads there, right? No one really that we need to name because they weren't like crazy a part of the story, but there was like 3 other people there, including Nathan, right? So I walk in, dab them all up, sit down, and they all got a little smoke sesh going, right? So me, of course, I always had my weed. Even during Coke Chronicles, I always had at least a little bit of weed on me just to match. So, of course, I throw in on the blunt. I'm like, bet, dude, get us in on this. Me and Kevin will tap this. So I end up matching with everyone there. They roll up a nice little wood, and we're all chilling, passing this fat fucking finger of a wood around, right? I'd say, like, this thing was pretty fat, dude. I'd say this was probably like a decent like 1/8 in the wood, dude. They rolled it real chunky, this one, right? So we're chilling, we're passing this nice little wood around, and we're cracking some beers open, right? Nathan luckily already had some brews, so we were chilling out, sipping on some good old-fashioned brews. I don't really remember exactly what we drank, but typically it was kind of sad, but the drink of the summer, last summer, a lot of times motherfuckers would be pulling up to the function with like Busch Light, which was kind of unfortunate. So honestly, there's a fairly good chance that it was Busch Light, right? Just because that was the cheap beer that all the homies wanted to buy for some reason, dude. Listen, I wasn't big on the Busch, but hey, I mean, it went down. I would drink it, and I'd get drunk eventually, So, I mean, it did the trick, but nevertheless, we're sipping on this Busch Light, and we end up deciding to play some King's Corner. We're like, yo, dude, we should play King's Corner. And I haven't played King's Corner in so long. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, this was only a game I played on nights I did coke. But we all decided to play it. For those of you guys who aren't aware of what it is, I honestly barely even remember all the rules. But basically, it's a drinking card game. So when you have to stack like these cards, or not stack them, it's like some weird arrangement, I don't remember, like on the cans or whatever. I haven't played King's Corner in like a year, but like basically when you like draw a certain number, it means you have to do a certain thing, or like everyone there has to do a certain thing, and like whoever fucks it up drinks, right? Or it's like it's different variations of little like drinking mini games tied into one big card game, basically, right? Really fun social game. If you guys are looking for a game to play with your friends that literally will cost you $10 to set up, get like a cheap ass 30 rack of beer and a deck of cards, dude, your whole night is set, bro. King's Corner's a blast. Oh, you only need like 4 people minimum. But either way, we decided to get some King's Corner going, and I'm like, dude, we need to get some blow for tonight. And Kevin's like, I agree. I look over to Nathan. I'm like, Nathan, dude, you want to get geeked tonight? He's like, hell yeah, man. Of course I want to get geeked. Everyone else there is like, dude, we want to try some too, right? And I'm like, hey, wait, this ain't Sample City, dude. This isn't the Walmart stand, dude, by the grocery section where we're handing out little samples, dude. Hey, this shit costs money. But Kevin, of course, wanted to throw for some, right? And Nathan even wanted to throw for a little bit too. So Nathan throws in his money. I think he gave me he only wanted like 30, 40 bucks worth. Kevin threw for his own gram, and then I covered the rest to get us an 8-ball, right? Luckily, Coke Guy was ready to rumble almost right when I hit him up. Dude was there, ready to deliver within 30 minutes on the 8-ball. And it was beautiful, right? It was beautiful. So he comes and delivers while we're just kind of chilling out, playing our first round of King's Corner. It's all fine and dandy. I'm a little buzzed, but I'm not really drunk at all. And Plugman pulls up. I hop out to his car, tap him up, give him the money. We chat a little bit. He asked me how my night's going. And this was still relatively early into my relationship with this plug. So, I was still getting his rock shit, and I was getting good prices, but we weren't, super close, and I wasn't getting, the better prices. Now I get, the way better prices. When I first started shopping with this guy, if I were to buy a gram right now, I would pay, over, $20 less than I paid back then, right? Per gram. So big difference. But at this point, I was still paying slightly below the starting price, right? I'd bought every day off this guy. She's like, all right, this guy's for real, So I got a good deal. But nevertheless, we get this 8-ball. I go back in the garage. Of course, we got a scale there, so we bust that out. We start scaling some shit out and divvying out everyone's little portion, right? I give Kevin his gram. I give Nathan his portion. I think it was a little over a half gram, if I remember correctly. We divvied out our portions. It was no, it was a 0.75, I think. I don't remember. But either way, we gave him a fair portion for what he threw, right? And then the rest of the blow was left to me. So immediately, me and Kevin being fiends, we asked Nathan, we're like, Nathan, dude, you got to get the mirror. And Nathan always had this big-ass mirror specifically for cocaine. And it was just a huge mirror that you put on the wall. And he just had it, on the ground in this garage. So whenever we'd, get Coke, he'd just grab the mirror and put it on someone's lap. And we'd all just chop the fuck up, right? So he busts out the mirror. Once the mirror comes out, you know it's serious. When he busts the mirror out, everything else is paused. So, King's Corner immediately paused. We slap the mirror down. We're chopping up this fucking Coke. And it's all fine and dandy, dude. And we're just getting geeked, right? We're all getting lit, chopping up our Coke, doing normal lines. And Kevin, see, me and Kevin and I, we had different styles of doing blow, right? Me, I like to do, not super long lines. I like to do a lot of lines at a time, right? Kevin loves to just do giant lines or mounds. He would like to Scarface it. I would like to, switch up nostrils, do one line, switch nostrils, do the other, and just keep rapid firing them. I found that more fun. It was almost like a little game. He would just do straight up the longest lines I've ever seen, right? And this night was the longest line I've ever seen him do. So we're sitting there chopping up our Coke. And Kevin's like, dude, I want to make a line that's as long as that plate. And there's a little plate on the table, right? And it's it's not a full-size plate. It's one of those dessert plates, right? And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, you should go for it, dude. You should definitely do that. That'd be kind of lit. And then he looks down at the mirror, and he's like, wait, I want to do the mirror. The mirror, to give you guys an idea, so he didn't do the width of it, right? The thing was wide as fuck. He did the height of it. If he did the width of it, the guy would have died. So we did the height of it, which was significantly larger than the plate in any direction anyways, right? No matter how you measured the plate, this was way more than the fucking plate, right? So at first, I just think he's kidding. I'm like, dude, I mean, we could do one of those what's that movie with the two dogs eating the spaghetti? Where he starts at one end of the line, I start at the other, and then we just link up in the middle, little homo Brody shit. I was like, bro, we could do one of those and have a race, And he's like, nah, dude, I gotta clear this one. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching him chop this up. And I want to remind you guys real quick, do not get any ideas from this. The only reason that he was able to do this because his tolerance was just as fucked as mine was at this point, right? So do not hear this and think that this is safe to do or that you could do this amount. You can't, and it's not safe, right? Don't try it. But nevertheless, he's chopping up on this mirror, and he's chopping for so long that we just end up like forgetting like what he's doing. And we go back to just chilling out, and we stop our King's Corner, and we end up playing like blackjack, right? We just stopped mid-game because we had been paused for so long. We didn't even remember whose turn it was, where we left off, or anything. So we were just like, fuck it, dude. We were all feeling nice and geeked, and we decided, let's play some blackjack while Kevin does his thing. And I still thought he was joking. Like, I didn't think this motherfucker was actually going to chop up a line the entire length of the mirror and then rail it. But lo and behold, about 10 minutes into blackjack, Kevin like taps my shoulder, and he's like, dude. And I look down, and it's just the biggest fucking line I've ever seen. And it wasn't thin either. Like, this line had height. This line had width. This line had girth. This was a girthy line, dude. And it was all the way from edge to edge of this mirror. And I'm looking down, and I look at Kevin, I'm like, dude, like, are you good? But at the same time, like, I knew Kevin. This guy was a crackhead, right? This guy can definitely handle all the same shit I can. And I felt like at this point in my life, I could have done that line. So I knew he could have done that line, right? So, of course, he looks over and he's just kind of like smiling. He's got this like, he's like laughing to himself a little bit. And I'm like, holy shit. And he's like, dude, you got to record this, right? So he hands me his phone, right? Dude, listen, on one of the upcoming live streams, maybe I could, if he still has the video, I could get him to like bust out the video. I'm gonna be seeing him in a couple days, so maybe we could have that happen. Well, I'll talk to him about it. But he asked me to get a video of it, right? So he hands me his phone, and I'm recording on his Snapchat, and he takes this mirror and he puts it down on the table, and everyone else is no longer paying attention. Like, you're no longer paying attention to what they were doing. Like, we are all focused on Kevin and this gargantuan line, right? And we're looking, and I got his phone, and I'm recording, and I got the angle, and he leans in. I get the perfect, like, camera shot of this ever. It was hilarious. He leans down. He rails the whole fucking line in one go. I was actually impressed. Like, he had to pause to breathe at one point because obviously his nose just could not, like, inhale that long to clear this line. But, like, he didn't, like, take his head away from it or, like, take the bill out of his nose. Like, he just paused so he could literally get more oxygen in or exhale so he could inhale, you know? He just had to pause and do that. And he clears this whole thing. And I get the video, and I remember this so vividly, dude. Like, it's literally playing back in my head mentally right now. He does the line, and I zoom in on his face, and he looks straight up at the camera and just smiles and drops a thumbs up, and I just start dying, bro. Like, it is, if I had this video and tweeted it, it would go viral as fuck. It was the funniest video I think I got out of like, any drug experience. One of the funniest videos, dude. Holy shit. I think maybe him going lazy-eyed in the back seat of a car was probably one of the other ones. Hey, we'll probably show that on a future stream, too. If he still has it. I hope he does. But either way, he clears this line. I'm sitting there like, holy fuck, dude. And I'm expecting him to get like too geeked. But really all that ends up happening, he just goes like, dude, I'm really sweating balls and I'm kind of clammy. So, of course, I'm like, hey, dude, you should sip some water. We get him a little beverage, you know. He's sipping his water. All fine and dandy, you know. The thing is, like, for those guys who haven't had experience with coke, you might think, like, doing that much, he's going to be sprinting around the room like a fucking Tasmanian devil. What you have to realize is, like, coke is one of those substances where you're not very visibly fucked up on it, right? Like, there's a lot of low-key coke users that you would never know do it, right? Like, you could kind of tell, but, like, for the most part, it's not like extremely apparent, especially when all of us are zooted. So as far as I remember, the dude was acting just like he was before, just sweating a little fucking more, right? So we're all sitting there. We continue our King's Corner. We're getting geeked throughout the night. And everyone starts dispersing, and it's me, Kevin, and Nathan. And we're still there playing blackjack through the whole night. And at this point, Nathan's got his garage pulled down, you know, because it was getting kind of chilly out. It was late at night. And we stayed throughout the entire night. I remember we had been playing cards, and at one point, we paused to just bump some music and chat. Like, we were just having one of those cocaine talks where, like, we're all three of us are doing blow and then, like, talking, like, conspiracy theories and shit and, like, all that crazy shit. And we realized, like, you know, oh, it's kind of musty here. We should get some fresh air, right? So we crack this garage open, and it's just broad daylight, you know, people driving their cars and shit, completely normal, people walking their dogs, and I'm just like, oh, oh shit. Oh, what have we been doing in this garage the whole time, right? So, of course, like, at this point, we're pretty wired up. We're running low on blow, and we're just trying to crash. And there's no way I was even going to make it back home. So I'm like, Kevin, dude, let's just go a block over to your house and let me crash on your couch, dude. And he's like, bet. So we ride over to Kevin's house, literally one stop sign, we're at the guy's fucking crib. Crash hard as fuck on his couch, dude. I knock out. Wake up the next day, hey, do it all again. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if you did. Hey, I will see you guys in tonight's live stream. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Peace.